The story began quietly, like any normal Saturday night, but quickly spiraled into a nightmare that has gripped Tucson and beyond. Nancy Guthrie, an 84-year-old grandmother with a sharp mind but a fragile body, vanished from her home in the Catalina foothills on the night of January 31st, 2026. What makes this disappearance especially urgent is her reliance on daily medications for heart problems and chronic pain. Every hour without them endangers her life. The nation watches, worried and desperate, as her family, investigators, and volunteers race against time to bring her home. A life of love and resilience. Nancy Guthrie's life was defined by love, resilience, and unshakable family bonds. Widowed far too young, she raised 3 children on her own, instilling in them strength and compassion. Her daughter Savannah is a familiar voice to millions each morning, while Annie and Cameron remain pillars of their local community. Friends and neighbours describe Nancy as joyful, quick to laugh, and fiercely independent. Even as chronic conditions slowed her mobility, she lived with purpose. Her home, a single-story ranch nestled among the Catalina foothills, was her sanctuary, filled with stories, hugs, and laughter, the kind of life that feels safe until safety vanishes. The night everything changed. Saturday, January 31st, 2026, started as any other family evening. Dinner, conversation, laughter. Around 9:30 p.m., Nancy was dropped off at her home. She used her walker and settled in as usual. The garage door closed around 9:50 p.m., and the house went quiet. Initially, nothing seemed amiss. Her pacemaker continued signaling through its monitoring app, showing her heart steady. But between 1:45 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., contact with the device stopped. That narrow overnight window marks the start of a terrifying mystery. By Sunday morning, it was clear something had gone horribly wrong. Discovery of the disappearance. The first alarm came when Nancy missed her regular Sunday church service. Friends tried calling, no answer. By noon, worried relatives arrived at her home. The scene they encountered was unsettling. The house was eerily empty. Phones, medications, and her walker remained. Deputies arrived quickly and immediately noticed signs of forced entry. Damage to a door frame and a small trail of blood suggested she had been taken, not wandered off. Sheriff Chris Nanos confirmed suspicions. Nancy Guthrie had been abducted. The gravity of the situation escalated, drawing homicide detectives and the FBI into the case by Sunday evening. Medical urgency and rising fear. Nancy's health risks make every passing hour critical. Her chronic conditions, heart problems, and dependence on daily medications meant that missing even a single dose could trigger weakness, confusion, or cardiac complications. Doctors warned that serious decline could occur within 24 to 48 hours. By the second day of her disappearance, fear was mounting for both family and authorities. Time was not just a factor, it was the enemy. Search efforts intensified, volunteers joined ground teams, and technology like drones and license plate readers were deployed. Every clue became vital, no matter how small. Expanding the search Monday, February 2nd, 2026, saw search operations expand dramatically. Ground teams combed the Catalina foothills, navigating rocky washes and dense cacti. Helicopters scanned from above. Volunteers canvassed neighborhoods door to door. Investigators reviewed surveillance footage, traffic cameras, and license plate records. The location's remoteness, wide lots, dark nights, few witnesses made the abduction difficult to trace. No vehicles were spotted, leaving in suspicious haste. No footprints led into the desert. The evidence inside Nancy's home, however, left little doubt. She had been forcibly taken. Every minute without leads only deepened worry. The first leads by Tuesday, February 3rd, the case took a chilling turn. Communications purportedly from Nancy's captors surfaced, demanding ransom in cryptocurrency. Some messages included details not publicly released, like clothing and interior damage, suggesting insider knowledge. Authorities treated these seriously, forwarding all correspondence to the FBI for analysis. The family, especially Savannah, reviewed some messages personally. While investigators scrambled to verify authenticity, the looming medical emergency remained a harsh reality. Nancy's life depended not only on rescue, but on swift action by anyone who might have information about her whereabouts. Community calls to action as the case continued. Authorities urged the community to stay vigilant. Anyone who saw unusual vehicles, overheard strange conversations, or encountered suspicious activity was asked to report it immediately. Health professionals, neighbours, and even strangers became potential lifelines. The tip lines remained open, including an anonymous online portal, because one small piece of information could make all the difference. While speculation ran rampant, officials reminded the public certainty is unnecessary. Actionable observations matter. Every detail could narrow the search and save a life. The family's pain for Nancy's children, the days without their mother, have been agonizing. Savannah, Annie, and Cameron endure the horror of not knowing if she is alive or in immediate danger. Friends and neighbours have shared in their anguish, offering prayers and support while joining searches. Each passing day is filled with grief and fear, but also resolve. The family refuses to give up, maintaining a constant presence in media briefings and search efforts. Their plea is simple: bring Nancy home safely. Her absence is not just a headline, it is a void felt deeply by those who love her. The scale of the investigation, the magnitude of the response underscores the seriousness of Nancy's disappearance. Hundreds of deputies, FBI agents, and volunteers coordinate around the clock. Every tip, no matter how small, is investigated. Helicopters and drones sweep the terrain repeatedly. Digital footprints, cryptocurrency transactions, and potential escape routes are analysed. Investigators focus on both local and online leads, leaving no stone unturned. The combination of an elderly victim, medical urgency, and suspected abduction elevates this from a standard missing person case to a top priority national investigation. The harsh reality. The cruelest aspect of this disappearance is the medical clock, ticking on Nancy's life. Without her medications, her body is at risk of rapid deterioration. The pain she relied on to manage chronic conditions is absent, and her heart requires constant monitoring. Experts warn that time lost can result in irreversible harm. Each day that passes heightens urgency. While investigators pursue leads and families plead for help, Nancy remains out of reach. The nation watches and waits, acutely aware that every minute matters in preserving life. The community's role, public engagement, is critical. Local residents and even strangers hold potential clues in the case. Anyone travelling through the Catalina foothills on the night of January 31st or early February 1st, or encountering suspicious activity since, is urged to report it. Details that may seem minor, strange vehicles, unusual behavior, or encounters with individuals controlling elderly patients could be decisive. Authorities continue emphasizing vigilance and compassion, reminding the community that collective effort may be the key to saving Nancy's life, holding on to hope. Despite the terror and uncertainty, hope remains. Nancy's family continues to fight tirelessly, joined by law enforcement and volunteers. The public keeps her story alive, sharing information and praying for her safe return. Every search, every lead, every tip counts. The weight of 8 days of fear and anticipation has not broken the community's resolve. While the ending remains unknown, the determination to bring her home does not waver. Nancy Guthrie, an embodiment of resilience and hope, deserves the return of her life, her home, and her family's embrace, keeping Nancy in the light. As this story unfolds, the nation is reminded that even small actions can make a difference. Reporting suspicious activity, following up on leads, or supporting the family through visibility can save a life. Nancy's story is not just about tragedy, it is about the urgency of action, the power of community, and the strength of familial love. While investigators continue their painstaking work, keeping her name alive matters. Every moment spent in vigilance honors Nancy's courage and the family's plea, bring her home